Ladies and gents, what's going on? My name is Peter Styles. Most people know me as Pete, and I am a professional working dancer and choreographer living out in Los Angeles. I'm pretty much doing this as an introduction just to share a bit of my story and give a bit of more of an insight to like who I am, and what's going on and what's like happening now. I'm from London, England originally. I worked out there like as a professional for like years, worked with artists, did tours, traveled all around Europe, and then I had decided to come out to Los Angeles to pursue the same thing. So I've been out here for like 7 years now, and it is going extremely well. It's definitely been a roller coaster of a ride in the most beautiful way possible. But yeah, like I've been out here working and touring and working for multiple different artists. So who have I worked with? I worked with multiple people. I usually always have to like think about this because after I finish working with them, like my brain literally shifts onto the next. As soon as I get off the stage, I'm like, next. I worked with people like Alicia Keys, Janae Aiko, Big Sean, will.i.am. I did like the Britney Spears video that they both did together. I was with Gwen Stefani for like 3 years. That's like the tour. You know, like a lot of the time when people move out to Los Angeles, they're like, yeah, I really want to book like a big tour and like with like a big artist. And that was like my main one, I guess. I was with her for like 3 years. I stopped that probably about like 2 years ago. It was amazing. Got to travel around the world. It was cool. It was great. So when I had finished doing that, one of my main focuses was to go into teaching because I had actually choreographed her as well. I choreographed the Misery video under a lady named Fatima Robinson, which she is like, I call her, well, she is like a mentor to me. She's really like trained me and I've really observed what she's done, and she's given me a lot of like different opportunities, and she's someone which sees me, and I just adore this lady. But yeah, Fatima Robinson, check her out if you don't know her. She's just Fatima. After I got done with the Gwen Stefani tour, my goal was to actually shift more into choreography, and the reason being is because I really and truly enjoy creating and seeing what comes out, and also teaching is very important to me because I just feel like it's important to give back to like the people which are seeking the career that you've already had, you know? So that's how I feel personally anyway. So that's one of the reasons why I really shifted into teaching a lot of the time. So again, one of the reasons I'm making this video is just because I feel like I'm coming up more so within the teaching world. Now I'm teaching a lot of Millennium, and I'm teaching Movement Lifestyle and like different other studios, and I'll be teaching around Europe soon as well. But yeah, one of my goals after I got put from the tour, I was just like, oh, let me like focus on creating and teaching and sharing. And yeah, that was like one of the most important things for me, and that's what I'm pursuing also now as well as everything else. One of the reasons why I had pursued teaching more so out here, to be honest, because I'm from London, England, right? But I've been out in Los Angeles for like 7 years. So even when I do go back to London, like no one even really knows who I am. And the reason I've been out here for 7 years, but even prior to that, I wasn't even really in London. So London was my base, but I was traveling and touring all around Europe for like probably about like 2 years. I did a show called Blaze. So I was like in and out of London, and I was doing this show Blaze. So really I've had a detachment from London for about like 9 years. So I did that, and I came to LA, you know, and I'm like working for all of these artists, and I'm touring, I'm traveling, I'm gaining all of this new information, which is amazing. And then like when I go back to London, because most of my focus was actually on like touring and traveling and seeing America and traveling the world and like doing all of these amazing things, but I wasn't really teaching as much. So I'd go back to London like ready to share, but you know, like if you're not really like a name within the teaching game, like people don't really want to like come take your class or whatever, because they don't really know who you are. So when I came back and I did like the Gwen Stefani tour and everything, I was just like, yeah, I really want to like give back to London, and I really want to like give back to Europe and different places in the world, and like people in all of the studios in LA. And that was like one of my focus. So I've really kind of been focusing on that for like the last 2 years, but I'm now like shifting into a place. Well, I say I've shifted, to be honest. My classes are doing really well out in these studios, and I get asked to like choreograph different things. I choreographed for the LA Clippers the other day, and like choreographed for like different artists. But like more so on the teaching side, I'm really like sharing my knowledge out in LA now. So it's good for me now, because like when I go back to London, I can actually reach the people which I had planned to reach, because they wouldn't have known who I was before. Because I just feel like it's two different worlds to a certain degree, you know? Like there's the industry, and then there's teaching, and then some people do both, and then some people do one, or some people do the other. I'm fusing mine. Some people do fuse. I've definitely put a bit more energy right now into creating, but I'm still working within the industry and still doing jobs, and I'm still dancing on movies, and I'm still like, you know, doing all of these awesome things. So I'm kind of like living in the best of multiple worlds, you know? But yeah, that was one of my explanations. That was one of my whys for teaching. I want to touch upon a subject which I feel which is super, super important, because people have been taking my class recently, and they're from Europe, and then like they're just like super confused. They're like, how do I come out here, and like how do I like live this LA dream or this American dream? And like a couple things. I completely get it, because I was totally that person, clearly, and I made that into a reality, as a few of us do. I definitely feel like there are more things opening up around the world now. So like LA isn't somewhere which you like fully need to be, but if this is your dream, which it was mine, and I know that it's a bunch of other people's, because I'm also still pursuing it, you know, I'm still here, I'm still working. Like basically what I had told a couple people, and I feel like this is important because a lot of people don't really know how this really works. In order for you, and I'm on an O1 visa, right, soon to be on a green card, but I'm going through the process once again with my O1 visa. So in order for you to attain that, say for example, you are from London, or you're from Germany, or you're from Switzerland, or anywhere else in the world, like you would usually get, if you're a dancer coming out here, you'd usually get an O1 visa, right, which is an artist visa. And the process is you already have to have pretty much, and I say it like this because this is just what it is, you kind of had, well, you would have had to have conquered your own country. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, meaning you would have had to have like worked with all of these artists out there, and you would have had to have like, I don't know, like credentials that you've worked on this tour, and you've like worked with this person, and then you've just accumulated a whole bunch of different things so that you can gather that information, and then you can take it to a lawyer, or you can do it yourself and just be like, yeah, I've done this, I'm great at where I am or have been, and now I choose to come to America. Like, that's how it works. I get a lot of people asking me like, how did you do it, or how do I do it? And I know the feeling. I completely know the feeling, because I did all of that. That was my emotion, you know. But that is the process for an O1 visa. I know there's other ways to go about moving out here if you choose to, but that's the main thing, and I just really wanted to share that because I feel like that's important. I get this asked all the time. So keep that in mind, and if that's your goal, and if that's your dream, look into it, pursue it, make it happen. Okay, cool. So if you don't know who I am on social media, on Instagram, I am Peter Styles, Styles spelled regularly as well, not with a Z or a Z, alright? So just Peter Styles 22 on Instagram. Follow me, you can see a lot more of my dance videos and everything which I'm creating regularly, because I'm like I'm like spitting out choreography right now. I'm like feeling super creative and I'm like loving it. So yeah, follow me there, find me there. Hopefully I'll connect with you guys soon. Take care of yourself.